finances and just guide us, Lord, and give us patience and insight. Thank you for where we live, Lord. Thank you for the people, this community. And we love you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, now's the time to approve the agenda. Does anybody have any adjustments or modifications to the agenda that they'd like to bring out today? If not, if I could have a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, now we're moving on to approving the minutes of May the 26th. They are in your packet if you go ahead and review those. And have a motion to approve.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of May 26th, 2026. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay. We're just moving right along today. I'm so happy. Financial statement review. Angela, if you would start with that, please.
I will. Your bank balance ended at $1,521,838 for the month of May. No unusual outstanding payables or receivables. The revenues, we are tracking along with cash flow projections on sales tax, very, very close to what I thought would come in during this time period. One thing that is notable on this is the state has paid us interest this year. And it's almost $33,000. Came in 2 chunks, and it was covering a 3-year period of non-payment of interest. So that's boosting our revenues a bit. Website revenue, Heather mentioned at the MOC meeting, is exceeding budget. It's not yet on this sheet because we have all of June's work that isn't in here yet, but their revenues are pretty much matching their goals. We have a few variances again on year to date for the expenses for marketing. Some of those are going to hopefully clear themselves up. Aaron will have more on that probably in his report. Here. Our sales tax for the month was down 3.2% compared to last year. We're still down 4% for the year, but each month we are gaining on that dollar amount that we are off. So I don't see any terrible problem with meeting our budget estimate for sales tax this year. The city numbers were pretty down for the month of June. Their year-to-date is holding steady roughly at 2% increase for the year. And the categories were interesting. And maybe it's the rainy weather, but campgrounds were off 26.3% year-to-date compared to last year. Amusements were down almost 10%. Lodging was flat, and restaurants were up 30%. And again, that could have something to do with timing of business payments, but just an odd mix this month. That's all I have.
Okay, any questions or comments about the financial statement?
It's the big decrease in amusements. You say that's weather related, primarily what they're saying.
I would think weather would have a lot to do with miniature golf.
We need some sun. What
We
happened to
do.
the sun?
We're ready for it.
It's Saturday was a good day. Yes. Or was that Friday? I can't remember. It's 3-day
It's all
weekend.
running together.
Yeah.
Sunday was nice. Happy
Yeah.
Father's Day again to all the fathers in here. I forgot to mention that at the opening. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the financial statement?
I make motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the financial statement review. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Now we have our draft audit report from Madison Moore from KPM.
Hello. I'm Madison Moore, like Stu mentioned. I'm here with KPM CPAs out of Springfield. I'm going to present the draft today. So it hasn't been through final review. I don't anticipate any major changes, but I just want to preface with that. If anything major does change, I'll communicate that with Angela so she can let you guys know. But I'm going to start on page 3 in that little packet I gave you guys if you want to follow along. So we have audited the district's financial statements as of December 31st, 2025, and I'll briefly cover some of the highlights today. On page 3, we have the independent auditor's report. This talks about our responsibility as the auditor. It goes over management's responsibility, and then it also covers the auditor's opinion. So we perform an audit to determine if the district's financial statements are presented fairly in all material respects, in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles, and then we issue an opinion based on these results. And the district has received an unmodified or clean opinion, which is the best you can get. Then we'll flip to page 7. Page 7 is the start of the management's discussion and analysis. This is a required section by GASB, but it's not an audited section, so therefore we don't issue an opinion on this section. However, I would encourage you to read it. It gives a good overview of the year and the rest of the report, and it also includes some budgetary highlights and discussion from management about relevant economic factors, and then also looks forward to next year's budget. And then we'll go to page 16. So here we have the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance. Essentially, this is your income statement. So looking at total revenues first, total revenues were about 14.8 million. This is up about 8% from the prior year. Sales taxes increased 4%. Other major increases were in intergovernmental revenues, an increase of about 29% there. And what's included in that is grants from the CVB and then also payments from the city of Branson for the marketing partnership for the Chiefs. So obviously next year that number, you'll see it go down, but your expenses will be down as well. Website revenue was up about 90,000, and then publications revenue was up about 147,000 or 72% from the prior year. Total expenditures were about 13.6 million. These were very consistent, a decrease of less than 1% last year, so no major changes from 2024. Total increase about 1.1 million, bringing ending fund balance to about 3.3 million. And then one ratio that we look at is your fund balance reserve. This basically tells us how long you could continue to pay your expenses without any additional funds coming in. And that's calculated by taking your unassigned fund balance off the balance sheet divided by your total expenses. So this year, your reserve as of December 31st was 25%, or about 3 months. Last year, it was at 16%, so had a nice jump from the prior year. We usually recommend around 25%, but again, the district operates a little bit differently than most clients, so it would be not unusual to see it below the 25%. And then we'll go to page 17. Here we have the notes to the financial statements. These are a required part of the financial statements. They give some more detailed information on the district's significant accounting policies, liability payments, and other items that you'll see on the face of the financial statements. I do encourage you to read them in conjunction with the financial statements. The only major change this year was the removal of the footnote related to the intergovernmental receivable. This was your payments due from the city of Branson, so they were all paid up through the end of the year, and that agreement was terminated with them, so that note was taken out because there was no remaining balance. And then we'll go to page 27. Here we have the Government Auditing Standards Report. This report details how the audit was conducted in accordance with auditing standards generally accepted in the United States, and also standards applicable to government auditing standards. And it defines 2 types of deficiencies, material weakness or significant deficiencies. So there was one material weakness this year. And if you go to page 29, It'll detail that out. So the material weaknesses related to segregation of duties. This is one you'll have every single year. It's very common. Most of our clients have it. It's just, due to not being able to split up the accounting functions, it's something that we have to point out and report on. And it's usually not economically feasible to remedy this material weakness. So, do you all have any questions?
What was that you said that we had the best that we could get? What exactly? was
Unmodified
that?
opinion.
Unmodified
yeah.
opinion?
Uh-huh.
So that's compliments to Angela and to Aaron and to everybody working together so closely, because that is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Everyone is really great to work with. We appreciate it so much.
Awesome.
Did you say that the intergovernmental receivables, was that the first time? Or-
So that was something you had on your financial statements last year because it was the payments due to the district from the city of Branson. But since they had made all their payments and decided to terminate that agreement, there was no receivable at the end of the year as of December 31st. So that footnote was removed.
Okay.
So I was just pointing out that was a change from last year's report. So
Any other questions or comments? If none, if we could have a motion to approve the report.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the audit report. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. We appreciate the good report.
Always, yes.
Okay. Explore Branson Tourism monthly financial reports. Aaron.
Morning. So you have in your packet our statement of activity for the month of May and year-to-date through May for Explore Branson Tourism. In those numbers, you will see that we have included the $850,000 additional dollars. Those were approved last month by this committee and also by the board of directors. There was also $24,000 that was approved last month, and so those two figures are now included in the statement of activity. Angela already mentioned our revenues are performing well. Our sales team, our marketing team, selling for explorebranson.com is doing amazing work, and they are working with the new Explore Branson platform that we have through Granicus, and selling ads. And so we're seeing that money come in. That money comes in a little bit differently. There is a delay on when those dollars are received. So any ads that are sold in March then are received in April. And so there is a delay in what we're seeing. So we know that ads are sold and we know that money is coming, even though we haven't seen it yet. As they're sold now, we'll see that money come in next month. And then once we receive that, we remit that to the district. So there is a delay on those, but money is coming. In the expenses, you can see the expenses through the month. A few highlights: dues and memberships included a payment to North Star Travel Media. There's registration for conferences. Sponsorship expense includes 2026 Teams conference sponsorship. In our traditional marketing, we have payments to Cadence, which Cadence, obviously we pay those monthly for our media. We also had Sinclair Broadcast Group, and we had radio across multiple states. In the FAM, we had expenses for the Branson FAM that came in, as well as the Gulf FAM. And then research included a payment to CoStar, that's the STR report that we get for hotels. And Trove, there's a payment to Trove, and that is for the sentiment study. Questions about any of the revenues or expenses or other statement of activity for Explore Branson?
Questions? Okay, if there's no
Thank you.
questions, I could have a motion to approve Aaron's report.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the monthly financial report from the EBT. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, thank you. Next, we have Miss Heather Herman talking about the 2026 TCED / city marketing budget update.
It's a side-by-side comparison. We went through this at the MOC meeting on Thursday of last week. Does everyone have a copy of it, the side-by-side? Looks like this.
I don't have one.
It's great. No.
I copied some different things.
Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
well,
okay.
hold on.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Is it this?
Well, how did you get yours? Mine is just something from the agenda.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's not necessarily an update, it's just a side-by-side. We've been asked to show the comparison of what the spend looks like, so we wanted to outline that and show what the difference is between the city budget as well as the TCD budget. Obviously, the amount is comparably different. If it's not comparably the same, it's very different. And then the highlighted in gray items are very specific to the city, which showcases the way that the agreement is with the city to divide up and represent Ozark Mountain Christmas, the historic downtown, veterans initiatives, live music shows, and then some specific items that were called out this year. 250th celebration items, the Harley Rally, and then you may have remembered the co-op that used to be part of TCD, and now it is simply just city on that side. So that's the matching co-op that the city invests 330,000, and then attractions and shows match that. So it's a full $660,000 spend that is done for those businesses.
Thank you. We waited a long time for this.
Absolutely.
Really
We just
appreciate it.
Keep doing this moving forward so that we see what it looks like.
Absolutely. Anybody have any comments or questions on this? I don't think we need to have an approval on this, do we? Okay. And we'll just go ahead and move forward. 2026 budget amendment recommendation.
Last month I put a draft in your packets. It has not changed this month. I did want to say the reason we do budget amendments is because the Constitution of the state does not allow us to spend more money than we have budgeted to spend. So our lines, because we put $874,000 more in marketing and sales budget, they have to change. And in doing that, when we did the budget, we didn't know that we weren't continuing the Chiefs agreement for sure. And so there are some other line items in here that have been adjusted. They're highlighted in the darker blue, so you can see where they are. Basically, the Chiefs, the Stone County TIF was less than budgeted. Intergovernmental revenues, of course, dropped with city breaks, and our interest expense, I'm dropping it to half. I don't see us using our line of credit at all this year. And then dropping out the Chiefs and adding a few costs on the bottom half of that page to accommodate the trip to Tennessee that the board approved for Kirk, and then a few computer related changes.
Anybody have any questions or comments on the budget amendment recommendations?
We're budgeting a deficit.
We are. That is less than actually, we increased the budget by $874,000 through our Explore Branson contract for 2025 unused funds. So we're pulling that from reserve to keep our bank balance low.
We spend that up in the gross revenue. I mean, last year we were up 8%.
overall in revenues. Most of that was due to the intergovernmental revenue. Intergovernmental revenue is what she said.
Yeah.
Sales tax was only 4% up last year.
Yeah.
The rest of it was in the contracts and the grants.
Any other questions or comments on this? We do need to have a motion to approve.
We recommend.
Make motion to recommend the amended budget.
Second. I think we have a motion and a second on the 2026 budget amendment recommendation. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, it's been approved. Next, we have the 2027 marketing budget estimate.
Okay, this is where I let you guys put on your crystal ball and say what's gonna happen with our sales tax next year. I forecast 0, 3, and 5% growth. And then outline the things that we are committed to that, such as the tips and the admin fee and the Table Rock Lake Chamber. And then show what their grant revenues are expected to be for next year. And, get a good number of a little bit over $8 million with no growth in revenue that would be available for marketing. So, please tell me what the number is.
Any questions on that?
I did do some reading on economics. And the forecasts for 27 are saying 1.7 or 1.8% inflation, but I really find that very hard to believe.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be.
You think it's too conservative?
I do.
Yeah.
But that was the best I could find.
And do we need to approve this or?
We need to make a recommendation to the board. This number is due to Explore Branson this month. We need to be able to tell them what their draft marketing plan is based on.
Okay.
So the projection is, you got three choices here,
I do, but you can pick another number and I can do the math if you'd like.
but 0, 3, and 5%. So 5% seems pretty optimistic.
I
Yeah.
think 3% seems optimistic.
I think, yes.
Well,
I have to agree with you.
I'm not trying to be, and I'm not thinking it's gonna be bad, but
yeah,
it's just, and I don't think it's gonna go negative by any chance, but I think
And-
it's like 2% might be a happy.
yeah, something in between
Happier
1 and
place.
3.
Uh,
I mean, 1.5. What would that look like? You know,
This has been trending, like.
We've done right around 3%.
We've
What did we
been
do last
getting
year?
4 last year
4.
and 4-ish, close to 4 the year before.
We did 4 last year. Is that what it was?
I don't think we're gonna do 4 this year.
We budgeted. Our budget was for a 2.5% increase this year, I believe. And I think
You said it was what? Increase 2.5 for this year.
2.5.
Okay.
Last year as well was a 2.5% budgeted increase, and we met both of those goals. I expect we'll meet it this year. A 2.5% increase on this would increase sales tax by $323,000, and then we lose with tips and admin roughly 40% of that. So 2.5 is not a tremendous hard dollar increase.
2.5 is 13.245.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not much difference, than the 3%.
No.
50. About 60. 55, 65,000, yeah.
How does everyone else feel about the 2.5? Or do you feel we should be more conservative? I'm asking.
What do you all? Give us your thoughts. You're living in this world. I mean,
I agree with you. I would err on the side of caution.
Mhm.
I think that somewhere in the middle of 0 and 3 is fine. And I think that being cautious and conservative at this point is a strategic move.
And if we underestimate what it's going to be, we will always add more to the budget.
Like we did this year, yes.
Yeah, I would
Yeah, I
rather,
do like-
I would rather be safe and know that it can be added in than the opposite.
2% is 13,181,000.
That sounds better.
I like 2%.
2%.
Okay, so can I have a motion for a 2% increase in the marketing budget for 2027?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to make the marketing budget estimate increase at 2% for 2027. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay. We have a marketing budget estimate for next year. Next is the allowable cost policy update, and we are not at a decision on that. The committee met and we had consensus on several of the items on the allowable cost update, but we did have questions on 4 specific items that have been sent over to the CBB for them to review and to get back with us, and then the committee will meet again and make a final recommendation, hopefully by next month's meeting. Any questions on that at all? For 2 announcements and public comments. Anybody have anything they want to announce? Let the whole world know? I do want to say congratulations to the CBB and to the city of Branson and all of us on the Guinness Book of World Records on Flag Day.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be down there, but I hear it was quite the event, and I did get to garb Francie Friday for her little thing that she wore in the car, and she was real excited, and she got to design it herself, and she was really excited about that. So congratulations to you guys on that.
Well, parade too. First Flag Day parade. No, that's only gonna get better, right?
Yeah, I would anticipate that.
Yeah.
It's
You
pretty
know-
good for a first time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, the Veterans Parade has grown and grown and grown over the years, maybe since we're one of the most patriotic cities in the whole United States, maybe we should do a Flag Day parade every year, you know? Is that on the radar for next year too, or is it just because
We'll see what the city says.
Okay,
Yeah, we pitched it as a one-time thing, but we'll see what they say. There are expenses obviously on the city side. It's
Sure.
about 28,000 that they incur, but they participated. They had their first city float in the parade this year,
That's great.
and the mayor was there. Had a great time, and we had lots of media coverage. Our information about Guinness World Records has reached 38 countries and clearly almost 8 billion views worldwide.
Wow.
So people know about our record, and there's even another world record coming this fall with the aquarium, scheduled hopefully for November. And if before anyone asks, we will not become the city with the most world records. I've already looked.
how many,
We would need over 200.
over
Oh,
200?
so-
Well, we could conjure up some stuff, I mean,
Sounds like a full-time job.
I get that. Anybody else have any comments or? Then I would,
Last year they had a meeting, they were talking about, there's Kansas City people we invited down. They're talking about the World Cup and how that was gonna benefit everybody. I didn't know. I haven't seen anybody from Argentina or England or, but are any of them making it through our community that we know of?
Small amount, it's going to skew our numbers for international visitation. It'll take our 0.02%, possibly 1. But I know that there were quite a few people out at Dogwood Canyon this weekend and lots of foreign languages being spoken. And I think that after, I don't know if you all saw the story that Kansas City was voted as the worst location for FIFA World Cup.
no.
So there's that, and about 75% of the lodging and accommodations that were reserved were released in Kansas City. So it didn't have the impact that they were expecting, which is why we obviously pivoted away from doing too much FIFA advertising, marketing, and promotion and shifted to the 250th.
Yeah.
So it's a tough thing. You know, the location of that stadium is very, very tricky for a big event like that. It impacts businesses, and not in the way that it is in FIFA is in Dallas or LA. Much more walkable, easier to get to. Mexico's crushing it with their location of where their stadium is, and that's just the way that it goes.
Yeah.
Well, they like Buc-ee's and ranch dressing. Is what I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
It is putting barbecue on the map, so there's that. Small wins, small wins.
Any other comments at all? Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Second, a motion and second to adjourn. We are adjourned, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.